This video clip relates to exercise 1 in Module 3. Module 3 is all about loosening up your drawing and improving your perception, but loosening up your line. And I'm going to demonstrate now a contour drawing, a pure contour drawing. And this involves looking very intently at your subject matter and not lifting your pencil from the paper, and doing the entire drawing in one long concentrated line from either from side to side or from top to bottom. And in this case I'm going to start right at the top of the paper with one of the onions at the back, and I am not going to look at my paper at all. I will not observe it at all, and I'm never going to take my eye off my subject matter. And I'm going to try to describe the objects that I see as closely as possible. I'm going to try to explain their roundness. But in this case, the proportion and the relationship between objects doesn't matter in the slightest. But I'm looking for the little streaks and stripes on the onion to explain its roundness. And when I get to the end of this object, I'm looking at that lovely shadow that's cast there. And then I'm going to go along to the next one, and I'm going to go up onto this onion. And I'm still not looking at my work. I'm observing its roundness. And never mind if things are getting all out of position. It doesn't matter at all. Okay, here's my second onion, and there's the cast shadow. And now this onion touches this big, fat, lumpy pumpkin with warts on it. And look at the beautiful contour lines on this pumpkin. Beautiful contour lines. It doesn't matter if everything's out of place. What I need you to see is the essence of this pumpkin and how it grows out from the central stem and its volume. All this wonderful, lumpy, warty texture on it, and the lovely shadow that's underneath it, and how it touches the front pumpkin, which is on the board. And here again, then I go to this pumpkin. It doesn't matter if you don't complete a shape. I don't think I completed the previous one, but I'm looking very, very closely at this pumpkin and into the beautiful negative spaces on the inside here, the middle of the pumpkin. Beautiful spaces in there, up to the central stem, across into all this detail of all the little support structure for the seeds. Really look very, very careful inside this pumpkin. Doesn't matter what your drawing looks like at the end. Your proportions will probably be way out. And that is not the point to draw a masterpiece here. The point is to really look and let your drawing just develop as you look. Here's the wedge. And we're going to try to see that lovely broken up edge of the wedge. And across the board. Maybe I'll pick up the knife now. Nice and loose and relaxed. You can't do this sitting down, this exercise. It must be done standing up, so that your arm is very loose on the paper, nice and flexible. And here we're into this wedge right up here in the foreground. In again to all the detail that you can see, and the contour lines on the wedge, and the little seeds on the inside. So we go into the shadow, I'm not doing this in as much detail as I could, but you get the general idea. Okay, so perhaps proportion is not great, and I think I've got the idea of the spatiality. Some of the objects are not at all complete, but it doesn't matter. The whole thing is just to get your arm flowing and the line flowing, so that you get a very loose realization of the still life. And very often, if you do this carefully, it's like a meditation. You become so concentrated and so focused on what you're doing. The world can go by and you can be completely in your own capsule here, and that's really the way you should think of this exercise. Very often when you look at it at the end, you think, oh, it's such a mess, it's just a mess of lines. But if you look carefully, very often you will find that you've captured the essence of that pumpkin, in spite of distortion and wrong proportions and incomplete lines. You've captured the essence of that pumpkin in a very individual and special sort of way.